Hi guys, welcome to another video from me out of the blue. It's even embarrassing at this point because I disappear and then come back with a random video. But this video isn't just random. You read the title, so you know kind of what I'm gonna talk about. And this is my experience with exhibiting as an artist on events and as a neurodivergent person. So I want this video to be straightforward and quick and, just simple. But I kind of need to give you a little bit of more context, so maybe it will be a bit longer than I wanted to. So bear with me. Also, bear with me with my broken English. I will say wrong things. Just acknowledge them and let them go. Okay, let's go to the video. Oh, and by the way, I'm having a glass of wine with this to help me. Just help me, because, cheers. Alright, context. So, recently this year, I was diagnosed as autistic. And before you start, feeling anything, feeling like you need to comment anything, just hear me out, just listen to this video, just listen to what I have to say. And if you need to comment something, remember to just be nice, okay? Because I've seen autistic people getting a lot of hate online. And so I got diagnosed as autistic, and actually that made a lot of sense to me, and it took a heavy weight from my shoulders. I feel a lot lighter, and I feel like I can, express myself in a different way that I did before, because I see myself in a different light at this moment than I did before I knew I was autistic. So about the expos, I started exhibiting at expos when I think it was 2016 was the first time I exhibited in a big expo. I think it was the first time I ever exhibited in an expo, and it was a big one. I thought everybody felt the same way I did, and everything actually, but like speaking strictly about the expos and being an exhibitor, I thought everybody had this love and hate relationship with expos, with exhibiting. I thought like everybody had the same experience, and that turned out not to be true. And at the same time that I was kind of like realizing people were not feeling the same way about it than I was, it brought me a lot of relief when I understood why I couldn't relate to them in these aspects. So in 2016, I started exhibiting, and I thought that this is what I had to do, right? This is what successful artists do. They exhibit in these big expos and conventions, and they get, bigger and bigger and more, known for their art. And that's what you have to do. That's where you have to be. That's how you have to, really show your work and have a real connection with people that are there to see you and see the whole event and, turn out to, get to know you. At the same time, I felt really tense all the time, and it is exhausting, and it is exhausting to everyone, but I think it was being more exhausting to me because of the interactions and the noises and the, all this stimuli that I was getting from these events. And everybody got those, but we all process them differently. And being autistic, those kind of built up in a different way for me. And I knew I had this difficulty interacting, and I knew that happened and was not normal. It was not the same for everyone. I understood that that was something that was mine and not everybody's experience. But at the same time, I thought that at some level, at least, people were feeling that, because art is a very lonely or introverted or whatever kind of practice. And going out and talking to people about the things that you do, I thought it was hard on everyone. And it probably was, but very differently. Well, I saw people, loving it, and I don't know, just, making friends and keeping those friends, and, taking pictures together, and, just building this community and this space where they can be themselves and feel included and feel comfortable. I could not relate to that. I couldn't feel that way. I couldn't, see myself in those spaces and feel like I was comfortable or that I was accepted by the other artists. It's a weird thing. It's just a feeling that I got that I wasn't part of that ecosystem of artists. I don't want to say that I was not part of the community, but it was how it felt. I felt like I didn't have community of my own. Okay, pause for a sip. As time passed, I thought, I'm getting better at this. I suppose. I can only improve. I cannot get any worse. And then came the pandemic. Yeah, of course I got worse. I got a lot worse. It was the pandemic for me, in terms of the quarantine and being isolated, was comfortable. I could predict my day. It was like canceling plans forever. And it was very comfortable to stay at home and stay in this space that is my own, that I can control, that I don't get bothered by other people, by too much noise. I can set the lighting the way I want. I can lie in my bed if I want to. And I don't need to, go out. I didn't have that dread of something coming up. So that was very comfortable in that sense. But that also brought me so inside into myself that it was hard to go out again. And Lightbox Expo, I'm even wearing their t-shirt. Lightbox Expo was the first expo that I did post-COVID. Yeah, not only it was an expo that I care about deeply, because I care so much about the artists that are there, the people, the companies, the whole universe, but it was not in my country. I'm from Brazil. I have trouble speaking English. I'm constantly correcting myself because I don't want to say anything wrong, because I don't want to mess up my words, my phrasing, and say something I don't mean or something that doesn't really make sense. And that is a lot of pressure and that is a lot of mental work to do while you're speaking with someone. So my first time going out to the world again as an artist and showing my work was in another country with that blockage in my brain. I know I could communicate with people, but that takes a lot of effort, a lot more effort than most people. Of course, more effort than people who speak English naturally, but also I believe more effort than even those who don't have English as their first language. And that's because of how my brain is built, is wired. And so I was really exhausted and I wanted to talk to the artists that I liked. I wanted to talk to the companies. I wanted to connect more with people. And I came home with the feeling that I have not done enough. I had my time there and I did not take advantage of the time that I was there. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's just like I didn't make the most of it. I didn't feel like I made the most of it. Even though I enjoyed it, I feel like I could have done more. And that feeling is it's kind of overwhelming, and it makes me a little angry. First for feeling it, and second because I feel like it's true. So there's always this inner conflict in my head that you shouldn't be feeling this way because, you know, you're autistic. Things are difficult for you. Things are different for you. And at the same time, but I could have done more. I could have talked to more people. It's just like it was not going to kill me, but I couldn't. I saw them and I'm like, I know you and I know your work and I think you're fucking amazing, but I can't go talk to you and tell you that. I just can't. It's super weird. I don't know what happens. I don't know why I am the way I am, but this is it. Hi. It's editing me here. So this idea that I just can't talk to people comes from past experiences where I just found that I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to pay compliments to them. I don't know how to make small talk. I don't know how to do it. That's it. It is embarrassing for me. And even saying these things, it's even more embarrassing to admit this. Being diagnosed actually made me happy and relieved because, you know, I used to blame myself so much, and I used to have these sessions, long moments of, you know, self-loathing and self-hatred and like really enjoying blaming myself and putting me down. Like it's you are wrong, you are flawed, you suck. And that's the kind of thoughts I was thinking to myself when I started. That's my whole life. Okay, I started noticing that I had weird things and difficulties that other people did not seem to have, and I took those as character flaws, and I started hating myself for that, you know? So being diagnosed is like, there's a reason why I am the way I am. It's just, I'm just built differently, and now I can find strategies to not be so weird, or so I don't, you know, miss out on opportunities and shit like that. It was a weird experience going back to the world as an artist, as someone exhibiting my work. It's gonna take time again to, you know, get used to it again, and it I don't know if I ever will, honestly. I can try to get used to things, but they not always will come naturally to me. Even when I say I'm used to it, it's not natural. It's still effort, and I still feel awkward. But maybe there are good things that make me stand out. I made this zine about my diagnosis, not the process of diagnosis in itself, but my inner feelings and stuff about the diagnosis and, you know, before the diagnosis. And that zine sold out at Lightbox, and I felt super proud and happy because it's a way I can communicate. I don't know. It's a way that I can, you know, express myself in a very simple way, in a very, you know, quick way, but also effective. Of course, there's, you know, my zine is the zine. It's not like a full book with details or anything like that, but you can get the idea across, like with just, you know, a few pages. And I think I did that, and people really seem to like, so I'm happy about it, and I hope I get to make more stuff like that. You know, I feel like at this point I have struggled a lot, and being diagnosed feels like a permission to not do that anymore. A permission for a new life, like not a new me, but like a new perspective of myself, if you know what I mean. Like it's a new chance for me to find who I really am in this mess that I am, and tap into that while I'm creating. And so I don't feel like I'm doing what everyone else is doing, so I don't feel like I'm just following, you know, the crowd or a trend or whatever, and really be true to myself and true to my experience and my feelings. And you know, I don't know, maybe that will be helpful to some other kid who, you know, goes through the same shit. But yeah, if it helps one person, then I'm all for it. Maybe this is a chance to become who I am meant to be, you know, embracing all of myself and really being my unique self, and let it come through in my art. This is my favorite t-shirt at this moment. I don't want to leave this t-shirt ever. I just want to live in here. This is my new home. It's really soft. Anyway. I really don't know how to end this video, so I'm gonna call it there. And I hope now you can start at least, you know, reflecting about how people function differently from each other, and start respecting that. That's important. I don't know, I'll see you next time, whenever that is. Oh, I was going to talk about how consistency is not how my brain works. You probably know that. But yeah, I have a hard time with consistency. I try. I swear I try, but this is a lot of work. Okay? Okay. Bye. Cheers. You know what? You can completely follow me if you want. No one's stopping you. Just subscribe, give this video a like. You can do that. No one's stopping you. You can also follow me on Instagram. Yeah. Okay, that's stupid.